Do you love a good internet mystery? Well, you're not alone. The mystery of Cicada 3301 has had the internet captivated for nearly a decade now. Who is making the puzzles? Why are they creating them? And what does it all mean? To understand the enduring mystery of Cicada 3301, we need to go back in time a little bit. The year was 2012, and in the opening days of the year, it was believed by many to be the end of the world. A strange image appeared on the image board 4chan. The image was simply white text on a black background, and it read, "Hello, we're looking for highly intelligent individuals. To find them, we have devised a test. There is a message hidden in this image. Find it, and it will lead you on the road to finding us. We look forward to meeting the few that will make it all the way through. Good luck. 3301. Not long after this message appeared, somebody quickly realized that when the file was opened with a text editor, they were immediately greeted with what seemed to be a random string of characters. However, at the bottom was a short sentence that read, "Tiberius Claudius Caesar says," followed by a series of letters, numbers, and symbols that turned out to be a cipher. For those who don't know, a cipher is essentially a coded message. Crack the code, and you can work out what the message says. In this case, it was a link to another image, which at first seemed to be meaningless. It was a photo of a duck that claimed the image was just a decoy, and it seemed to taunt anyone who looked at it by telling them they couldn't figure out how to find the hidden message. Using a special program called Outguess, the message was eventually discovered by some quick-thinking individuals. It was a book code and a link which took the many eager puzzle solvers to a subreddit containing information about a book called The Mabinogion, which was one of the earliest books of Britain. Cracking a series of puzzles about the book gave investigators a phone number, 214-390-9608. This phone number, when rang, played the following message.
Very good. You have done well. There are 3 prime numbers associated with the original final .jpeg image. 3301 is one of them. You will have to find the other 2. Multiply all 3 of these numbers together and add a .com on the end to find the next step. Good luck. Goodbye.
The 2 missing numbers noted in the recording are the dimensions of the letter, 509 by 503. The answer to this puzzle was 845145127.com. The website can no longer be accessed, but when it could, puzzle solvers received an image of a cicada and a countdown to an unknown event. Using Outguess on the website's image revealed the following message. You have done well to come this far. Patience is a virtue. Check back at 1700 on Monday, 9th of January 2012, UTC. Upon the timed countdown on the website expiring to 0, a group of coordinates was revealed which led to different locations all over the world. 14 different locations spanning across 5 countries. At those coordinates were posters with the cicada image and a QR code. Eerie, to say the least. It seemed that whoever or whatever was behind Cicada 3301 had worldwide reach. Even stranger was the fact that there were 2 types of posters containing 2 different messages. Both messages had a book code, and both messages had a warning. Message 1 contained the following riddle and then the book code. In 29 volumes, knowledge was once contained. How many lines of the code remained when the Mabinogion paused? Go that far in from the beginning and find my first name. There was also a warning not to share too much information about the puzzles, and that only the best sleuths would be selected for whatever Cicada 3301's secretive mission was. The warning went as follows. You've shared too much to this point. We want the best, not the followers. Thus, the first few there will receive the prize. Good luck. 3301. The second message contained a different riddle and then a book code. A poem of fading death named for a king, meant to be read only once and vanish. Alas, It could not remain unseen. The warning message was the same one from the first poster. This was the most tantalizing of Cicada 3301's puzzles yet, and people around the world rushed to figure out what it all meant. The second message's riddle was deciphered first. It was referring to Agrippa, a Book of the Dead, by noted science fiction author William Gibson, with a poem that came on a 3.5-inch floppy disk with the book, which would encrypt itself after a single use. It contained a link to an address on the dark web, easily identifiable by the fact that it ended with .onion instead of .com or .net, which is used on the regular internet, also known as the surface net. Going to this address prompted users to create a new email address where new information would be sent to them. There were more puzzles that had to be solved, all of them quite difficult. One puzzle involved finding a secret exponent, and another puzzle involving a music file known as a MIDI. It's unknown what happened to the people that solved the MIDI puzzle, which served as the final one in the challenge. The image on the subreddit eventually changed after a month, seeming to prove that some people had solved it, and Cicada 3301 had found whoever they were looking for. The image read, "Hello. We have now found the individuals we sought. Thus our month-long journey ends, for now. Thank you for your dedication and effort. If you were unable to complete the test or did not receive an email, do not despair. There will be more opportunities like this one. Thank you all. 3301. And with that, Cicada 3301, whoever or whatever they are, lay dormant until the following year. Hopefully, this gives you some indication of the incredibly complex nature of the Cicada 3301 puzzles. 3 puzzles in total were released, with the second and third puzzle even more difficult than the first one. The third puzzle, released in 2014, was the most challenging one of them all. It involved decoding a digital text known as the Liber Primus, first book, filled to the brim with seemingly undecipherable runes. As of 2020, only 2 of the 58 pages have been fully decoded. There has so far been no help from Cicada 3301 themselves either, as they've been silent for several years. So now that you know more about the mind-bending challenges set out by this mysterious group, who exactly are Cicada 3301, and what is the purpose of all of their puzzles? Well, according to someone who says they completed the first challenge in 2012, Cicada 3301 are an anonymous international group. This is allegedly the email they received from them when they completed the first set of challenges. You have all wondered who we are, and so we shall now tell you. We are an international group. We have no name, we have no symbol, we have no membership rosters. We do not have a public website, and we do not advertise ourselves. We are a group of individuals who have proven ourselves, much like you have, by completing this recruitment contest, and we are drawn together by common beliefs. A careful reading of the texts used in the contest would have revealed some of these beliefs: that tyranny and oppression of any kind must end, that censorship is wrong, and that privacy is an inalienable right. What this tells us is that Cicada 3301 is not just one individual, and they're not just from one country. This was something that became clear when the cryptic posters featuring QR codes were found in multiple countries all over the world. It also gives us more insight into their goals. They are, like many other anonymous online organizations, fighting against corruption, fighting against censorship, and fighting for freedom and privacy. But what this message doesn't tell us is who exactly this big, shadowy organization really is. At first, people believed it may have been a recruitment task for the National Security Administration or something similar. However, there is nothing at this time that ties the perplexing puzzles to this or any other organization. Of course, the conspiracy theories go even further than Cicada 3301 being an NSA recruitment tool. As with all unexplained mysteries, the Illuminati make an appearance, as some people believe that they're the ones pulling the strings. Others believe the whole thing is the work of a cult designed to introduce participants to the occult. Then there are those that believe that the Cicada 3301 puzzles might have a completely innocent purpose: entertainment. Alternate reality games, ARGs, are games that play out in real time in real life, usually involving different puzzles that can be found online or through other means like recorded messages played when you dial a certain phone number. Sometimes ARGs are created as promotional material. For example, The Beast was created by Microsoft as a promotion for the film AI, Artificial Intelligence. The game involved players searching through different websites to find clues to solve a series of murders. Clues would be hidden in movie trailers, posters, telephone messages, and even live events. Recently, some more information about Cicada 3301's goals has been released by someone who completed the first round of their puzzles. Marcus Wanner completed the challenges when he was only 15 years old. He says that when he passed the test and became a winner, he was invited to an anonymous chat server. Then he and the other winners began working on software that whistleblowers could use to release information upon their death or imprisonment. This is known as a dead man's switch. Unfortunately, the project was eventually abandoned after a while, as the group of coders could not all get along successfully. To this day, it's still unknown exactly who was behind it all, though. It's unlikely that we will find out the true identity behind the Cicada 3301 puzzles anytime soon, or even at all, as there have been no more puzzles since 2014. However, that hasn't stopped a massive community forming to work together to share clues and crack the codes. Most hope that they will one day find answers. Even more are using the puzzles made by Cicada 3301 to teach newcomers about internet privacy, security, and cryptography. Whatever the reason for falling into the Cicada 3301 rabbit hole, one thing is for sure: the mysteries behind the puzzles remain endlessly fascinating. So what do you think about the Cicada 3301 mystery? Do you have your own theories, and would you ever be interested in attempting their puzzles if they released more? Let us know in the comments below. If you liked this video, like it, share it, and subscribe to the channel for even more mysterious stories like this one, and many more.